welcome back. Today we are going to focus on two different Christmas cookie recipes. The first one is going to be a peppermint Oreo cookie, and our second one is going to be a white chocolate cranberry cookie. Perfect for the holidays. So the first thing you need to do is not preheat your oven, because this is going to have to chill for about 30 minutes. So we need to get everything mixed up and get it in the fridge. This is our peppermint Oreo cookie, so we're going to start with it. You're going to need a white cake mix. You're going to also need about a half a brick of cream cheese softened, stick of butter, we'll mix that up a little bit because we have to add an egg. Normally it hasn't already cracked, but I wasn't ready yet. And I need to find my measuring spoons because we need to measure out our extracts. And we're going to need half a teaspoon of each. Okay, so you're going to need a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and a half a teaspoon of peppermint. Now, while I was shopping for the peppermint, I found that they also make a mint extract. You're not looking for mint, you're looking for peppermint, like the candy. Okay. Mix this up a little bit. Just mix this best you can. It's a really good dump and go kind of recipe. Only thing is we have to stop and chill it for a little while. So, okay. Now, the next thing you're going to need is a cup of chopped Oreos, a cup of chopped Andes mints, and those are the little mints that come in the little green wrappers. And then you're also going to need a third of a cup of M&Ms and a half a cup of chocolate chips. I used milk chocolate, but you can use probably whatever you want. The recipe does not specify. Okay, so now you need to stir all this together. So you're going to refrigerate this for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. It'd probably be best to try to get it closer to the 2 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge to chill, and then we're going to start our other recipe. So our next cookie that we're working on is a white chocolate cranberry cookie. So this one you will have to go ahead and get preheated. We're going to preheat to 350, and you need to get your butter softened because we're going to go ahead and add our sugars. You need a half a cup of white sugar and a half a cup of brown. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Now, typically, I would just get my mixer out to cream these, but I'm not going to take the time to do it. But you could, if you want to be like politically correct about the whole thing. So there's our sugars all ready. And I'm just going to mix the butter and the sugar together. with my whisk. And you're going to do this until it's smooth. Now, the next thing that you need to add are your vanilla. And your vanilla, we need about a tablespoon. Find my spoon. So you need a tablespoon. That's a lot, but that's what it calls for. And you're going to go ahead and add your egg. And it's always best to crack your egg in a bowl separate from your mixing bowl. I'm just running short on time today, so I'm trying to hurry. So go ahead and mix that together. Now once we go to add the flour and stuff, we're not going to be able to do this because with the whisk. I'm not going to be able to mix it with the whisk because it's just going to be too much. Alright, so we got that all together. Alright, the next thing that we need to work on is our flour. And I want to go ahead and get that real quick. And I'm going to pour it in another bowl because I want to make sure the lumps are out. 1.5. I'm using self-rising, so I don't have to use baking soda. But if you're using all-purpose, you'll have to. Alright, so that's not exact, but it's close enough. Alright, I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to stir it around. Try to get the lumps out. Best I can. Alright, so what I'm going to do is gradually add this to the sugar mixture. And I'm going to try to work it in with this whisk, but I know that's not gonna work for most of this. It's just going to get too heavy and thick. If you have a stand mixer, that would probably work great. But I'm just going to keep going. You know, there used to be a time where they didn't have mixers. They just had a spoon. So, I'm going to just do the best I can. And it's pretty soft at this point, and I don't think it's going to get much more difficult. So, I would just hate to have to clean a bunch of beaters behind it, you know, or mixers. So, after this, we're going to go ahead and add our cranberries, our chocolate chips, and our macadamia nuts. Alright, now we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of white chocolate chips, a cup of chopped craisins. So you need to get your dried cranberries, it doesn't have to be name brand, and chop them coarsely. In half is usually good enough. I didn't do it perfectly, just coarsely chopped. And you're going to need some chopped macadamia nuts, which I had already chopped those previously. And then you're going to mix all this together. So it's going to be a little tedious, but it should come together just fine. And then we're done. All we got to do is bake them. See, already together. I'm just going to do some final stirring, make sure that we got it, and then we're going to move over to the baking sheet. So I got my cookie sheets ready. You can use parchment paper. I'm just using foil. It's always easier for me. And so you're going to drop these about a couple of inches apart, and you need about a couple tablespoons full because they're supposed to be kind of chunky and fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to get these in the oven. My oven is preheated to 350, and I'm going to bake them to about 12 minutes. I'm going to take a look at them at that point and see how the edges look. They're supposed to be like a golden color, and then a little bit on the top. And then we'll take them out and let them finish cooling or cooking on the cookie sheets before I remove them from the pan. So we'll see. But I will be right back here in a few with our finished cookies. It's not going to take long. Now that I've got the cranberry cookies cooling, I'm going to go ahead and place these on cookie sheet and stick them in the oven, the mint cookies. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you both sets finished. So these probably need a little bit further apart. I'm not even going to spray the foil. And so we're going to do about 2.5 inch I'm sorry, 2 tablespoons worth of dough, and then about 2 to 3 inches apart. That way it gives some room for them to spread out if they're going to spread out. And then I'll adjust the next, because I'm going to do it in batches, so I'll adjust the next batch depending on how these look. So some of them I'm just going to kind of put them in balls and kind of squish. Not completely down, just a little bit, so they'll kind of spread out a little. Just hope my husband likes it. He loves chocolate peppermint things. That. And one more. I've already got my oven preheated to 350. We need to leave these in for about 11 minutes. And we're going to let them sit on the pan for a few minutes before we remove them. Okay, I'll see y'all back here when everything's finished. Okay, y'all, so this is the end product. It did take me a little while because the mint cookies are like, it makes a lot of those. But I did get everything done. You're going to definitely have to keep a close eye on them. 11 to 12 minutes are their limit, and then you need to probably take them out of the oven, let them sit on the baking sheet, and cook just a teeny bit more, brown just a little bit more, and then go ahead and start putting them on your cooling racks. But they seem like the perfect holiday cookie, not too soft, not too crispy, perfect for gift giving.